Hi everybody, Cindy here. So I'm gonna first start out by showing you, this is one of the shirts that I did last time. This was the heart one and hated it, so that's why it's mine. And the other three, these are the extra large shirts. Okay, so that one didn't turn out too bad. Not too shabby. I like this one. This one not too bad for the spiral. And the red, white, and blue one, and turn out too bad. But I have a feeling I'm going to keep it because the back didn't come out too great. And I don't mind that because, you know, I just care what I look like coming. I don't care what I look like leaving. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So, after Big Daddy is done there, adjusting the camera for me, in which I appreciate so much. Thank you, Big Daddy. Is that all you can say about it? So, I said I was gonna fold some shirts this time around, but I think that next video I most definitely will, because I need more shirts. And I think I need some more dye too. So, and then I might set up on a regular folding table, and that way I can shift around the table folding them up. So hopefully things will work out a little bit better. And another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit today was, if I've seen a lot of videos recently on the cost of living, it really wasn't affecting me all that much, because I think I'm a good budgeter of money, but I really noticed it this month. I truly did. And yeah, too much at the grocery store apparently I spent. So I usually like to have my share of the rent by the end of the month. And I spent way too much money at the grocery store apparently, because my balance was under $100, and I just thought, what the hey? Was I missing something? Ooh, you know, I might have mixed my dyes a little too on the thick side this time. I don't know. And another thing I was gonna discuss is my title of my channel. You know, talk about tie-dye. You talk about tie-dye and for about 15 minutes and you're pretty much done. So, you know, I want to talk about other things. Hopefully, no politics, please. You know, if I get into politics, I'm sorry, but, you know, it seems like that's all anybody wants to talk about nowadays. Cost of living and politics, blah, blah, blah. But one thing that came to my attention was this selling of public land. And although I don't get out and enjoy recreation like that too often, because in my neck of the woods, it's just too hot. And right now, it's like monsoon season. So if you're stuck out in the desert and you get one of these spurts of rain and it comes down good for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes and it'll rain hard and you get flash flooding, and I don't want to be out in the desert, stuck out in the desert, raining and all that. So yeah, so they're saying they want like 1% of our public lands for lumber or mining. And you know, mining, heck man, they find a water source, a natural spring, and now that water is garbage water. Oh man. This is not oh, every time I do this, I think, oh, this is the time when it's gonna work out. Just, I don't know why this stuff is beating so bad. Maybe I don't have the Midas touch. Not to get off the subject, but, you know, they're saying they only want 1% of 600 million acres, which isn't a lot. But how often do people do that? Well, I only want so much, and then, well, I need a little bit more, I need a little more, well, we need a little more, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, you got 10, 20, 30% of public lands taken over by logging industry, mining, who knows what all else. Or you go to your favorite national park, and now what once was free now costs you $35 per person to get in. So if you're mad about that too, I suggest you get a hold of your senator. Apparently this is a Senate resolution. So, as I've been following along with some of my favorite YouTubers, Montana, hey, right on Montana, they put their foot down and said, no, you can't have any of our land. And I don't see why any of these other senators, especially, you know, the Democratic ones on the West Coast, don't say no, unless they're just greedy SOBs too, and, you know, want to sell off parcels here and there. They're even talking about the great redwoods, and that is ridiculous to me. That is terrible. So anyway, back to this. I had this shirt tied up real nice, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I think I had tried doing putting cornstarch in with my dyes before to make them thicker, so they would not run like this into another part of the shirt like these colors have been doing. Look at that. My purple just ran right into the yellow here, and that's not what I wanted. And I was going to talk about something else, but it may be too sensitive here, about if you ever see a funky looking cloud in the sky and you put your thumb up to it. Not this thumb, it's too small. maybe if I had an Acme anvil to smash it with to make it a cartoon shape bigger, then that would work. But, you know, I'm sure it's on people's minds with this Iran thing and how they vowed, ooh, retaliation. I mean, who knows what they got buried in the sand over there besides their heads. But anyway. Yeah, so anyway, I was thinking, yeah, I need to talk about tie-dye and what, other drivel? That doesn't sound very good, but anyway, some of the things I talk about isn't drivel, I wouldn't say. But, and so, I need more shirts, I need more dyes. This is a large shirt that is going out along with 2 of these extra large shirts. And I had a large shirt that I had done like one of my very first videos. So if you could help me come up with a name for my channel besides talk about tie-dye, etc. I don't know, what would that? And I was gonna critique some of these other channels, especially the ones that they fast forward through their videos, so, and then they fold them real quick. I mean, it's all fast forwarded. And then at the end they've got this gorgeous shirt, and you know, I just want to question everything, especially the way this AI is ruining everything. And I'm sure it's not AI, but I'm wondering if maybe they go out and buy a shirt and proceed to tie up a shirt, fold up a shirt, color it here and there. I mean, it's just too perfect. These shirts are just way too perfect when they come out. And it seems like there would be, you know, one slip. Blue, red, what else do I want? I only picked these 7 colors to choose from, so anywho, I hope all you users that are watching, your day is going groovy. So, what are y'all watching on YouTube? So, I watch a lot of nature shows recently because the bears are catching salmon in Alaska. That's a fun show to watch. And the puffins, if you don't know what a puffin is a cute little bird that kind of looks like looks like a mix between a duck and a penguin, and they're really cute. So they're nesting and waddling around on that video, and the eagles have all fledged from what I gather. Well, I was going to talk a lot, but I have really talked too fast. So, any more anecdotes? Oh, I got a lot, but I think it makes my, the old man uncomfortable when I talk about my old drinking days. You know, he's not only got to listen to me doing this video, he's my editor too, so, I mean, he really doesn't want, I really don't think he appreciates that. My old days. So I've decided in my infinite wisdom to give up my gummies because all of a sudden they're not hitting me like they used to, and they're giving me pitter-patter heart palpitations, and that's when you know it's time to stop. I don't want to give. I've got an appointment with a cardiologist coming up in a week or so, and I just don't want to give them any more fodder than, you need to do this, that, and the other thing. You gotta quit smoking. You gotta quit with the caffeine. In which case, those two, I'm gonna say, Buzz, I don't think so. You know, I've already given up drinking. Now I've given up the gummies. I've given up pretty much salt. And for the most part, sugary drinks. Just sodas. Once, I had a cherry Coke like once in the last week or so. So maybe you can follow along and watch me lose weight, because I do need to drop about 50 pounds. And would I like to do it before the end of summer so I can gain weight again during the holidays? No. But yeah, no. So I had these dyes ready for the last 2 days. Maybe that's what happened. I didn't shake them up well before doing this, so I figured that I was only going to have probably enough dye to do one side, and then I'd have to refill them up and do the other side. In which case, I'm not going to bother y'all with that. So, you would have to tune in to the next video to see the reveal of this shirt. And hopefully the folding of more shirts or just stuff. Anything white, anything 100% cotton. Maybe I'll go to the thrift store. I got a thrift store right across the street. I can maybe find something, I don't know, different. You know, like a sweater or something. Well, sweater, kind of, maybe a vest, or maybe maybe I could do some socks, or some white shorts or something. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the like button, and consider subscribing, and I'll see you all later, Gator.